Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Court 1 here at the Dodgeball European Championships 2022. We have the mixed England game against Sweden mixed up on Court 1 first of all for the third place playoff. I'm joined back again by John Rutland. Welcome, John.
Morning, Greg. We had a great first bronze medal match in the women's division, and now we head forward to the mixed division where we see a repeat of the group game we saw on the first day with England mixed taking on Sweden. England in the last tournament in 2019 took the bronze medal as well, so they'll be looking for a repeat performance to make sure they continue their medal success.
The starting lineup for England mixed almost identical to the one we saw yesterday, in which they lost to Austria in that semi-final. The only change this time around, Meg White for Brie Darcy.
Maybe bringing in the experience of Meg White, having played international dodgeball for many years now. Sweden, with what they feel is their strongest lineup. Ben McAdam lining up against his former English team as well, and lining up against his former University of Warwick teammate in Alex Harrison. They both started dodgeball together back in the early 2009s, 2008s, I think.
Wow.
So they've both been playing dodgeball for many years. They had lots of success with that University of Warwick team. They're the reason why I've got a lot of bronze medal matches from my university career, because they'd always knock us out in the semi-finals. But Swedes look really focused, so do England. We've got a great match on our hands.
Yeah, England mixed currently ranked second. Their 29 finish was a bronze medal. Also, Sweden are far way off that mark. 2019 finish of 10th, current ranking 11.
That's a huge improvement from the Swedes. They've really taken the sport seriously after the pandemic, and I think the last tournament they realised they could have the opportunity to medal, and they find themselves in this bronze medal match where they're hoping to have a better result than what they had in the group stages.
Yeah, good trades off there. Hems gets hit, but Torkelson on that right side. A good hit from Harrison there. Line ref just thinking a second hit there. Sam Mason, centre ref, calls a bounce first, and that will be the final decision of 4v2. And Brett Koenig is sent, and a second hit on that one this time around. Harrison also sent out. Josiah and Meg White left for England here.
The single ball release from England. Josiah just looking to be able to cover if Sweden retaliated, but they didn't. And good cover from Meg White there, covering Josiah, who was scrambling on the floor and has stayed on the court.
Karina Ackner and Ben McAdam left in for the Swedish team, and a good block from Ackner this time around. They'll have the three balls they'll be forced to throw on this occasion. The camera slightly adjusted just so we can see higher up the court. The single ball from McAdam. Josiah calling to hold. They don't want to rush anything. 40 seconds left on the clock for this set.
Both teams will just want to try and ease themselves into this game. Just cautious play from both teams. Nothing's on the line this early in the game, but both teams will want to make sure they don't find themselves on the losing side of this first set.
Single ball yet again from McAdam. Josiah with that block just backwards. Swings low, just short of Josiah, so England will have that third ball.
And Meg White
Sweden
there,
do take that.
just switching off. Then Josiah realising he needs to do something, gets the hit, but McAdam aware of that release and gets the key hit to take what we think is a Sweden victory there. But the referee's just discussing whether the hit from McAdam was before or after the whistle from the referees. Extremely close call here from the referees. Lots of action in the final few seconds, just showing with this sport that something can happen with just 2 seconds left, and the referees have called it 1-1 there. Josiah getting that key hit after realising White was kicked out, or was hit out.
So both teams take a point there.
And the Swedish player had been called out for a line infringement there, as we saw.
And a block there, but the block comes across and Akner take it out. England already up 3 players, only after 20 seconds on the clock.
And now up by 4.
That wing throw just making it harder to block from that second ball.
And England take the win in not even a minute played there.
Yeah, 40 seconds there, but there has been a sub already. I think there might have been
maybe just a refresh for Josiah, just to maybe watch something a little tactically, or maybe just to take some fluids on board or something. But she's back on the court now.
Yeah. And that's why it's so important for these players to making sure they're keeping warm on that bench. You never know when something like that might happen. England up now 3-1, 25.
And again, another hit inside the blocker there. It might have come off the ball. But the Swedish player looking very disappointed with that.
Good block from number 15 there, Tellstrom.
Good aggression there from Harrison. He'd be looking to make up for what he deemed as a below par performance yesterday.
Yeah.
But already coming out fighting there with some really good aggressive single ball hits.
Sweden have made a sub on their side. Sarafic comes forward. We know how quick he is. And the ball pops up.
And the leap of faith is successful, so Sarafic stays on the court.
Yeah, very good dodgeball there. And now they've got that press on that 5th ball. The ball's come forward.
And Harrison gets the catch and the hit. Great play by Alex Harrison. Gets the blockers away, and England are taking a real controlling lead in this set.
Yeah, 5 balls. I can imagine 4 or 5 will be thrown, and that they are. Harrison with the leap of faith. Not needed anyway, as all the balls hit. Some great throwing from England there.
And that's what we were expecting England to come out, play, dominate by the throwing the game out, making the strong hits, and they're doing that in that set. England take a 5-1 lead in this first half.
Harrison definitely one of those players that has a great mental reset. Even after yesterday, maybe not playing his best game in the mix, coming out into the men's and playing an absolute blinder. When you've got that much experience behind you, it's always about that reset and making sure you're prepared mentally for that next game.
Both Harrison and Matthew Josiah playing in all European Championships since 2010, so every single one they've participated in. And Charlotte Josiah also participating in every women's division, -1 when she was pregnant. But she was there on the sideline coaching the team.
Right?
So yeah, she's been at every single one as well.
And that's a good single catch from McAdam.
Koenig there frustrated with maybe going against the call from Josiah.
Yeah.
But a hit back there for England, making sure they keep that 2-player advantage.
This time McAdam hit out with the double throw and that accuracy that we see time and time again. Now 5 balls on the side of England. We've seen that too many times, and hit by 2 or 3. Saravic taken out. Jessica Adler, the sole player left in for Sweden now. She's taken out that Josiah running counter from both wings. Very nice dodgeball there. And what looked like could be a very close game, England have started to run away with in the last couple of sets, John.
Yeah, England just easing into that first set, just taking their time. We saw playing out the draw, and then having just read the throws and the movements of the Swedish players, have just taken that level up, and they're now accelerating into the leads with some really smart dodgeball. Hems with the single leg dodge there.
Koenig trying to punish on that left side against Sarafic, but a nice dodge from Sarafic, just making sure that he's tracking back, and this time around can't get that block.
That cross-call hit from Josiah there, proving just as deadly as it was yesterday.
That ball not being placed by Sarafic as he leaves the court is going to give him a blue card. Sweden next set will start with the 5.
England collects all 5 balls there.
Yet again, for the 3rd time in this game, 6 minutes 20 left, England have got 5 balls, and every time they've been punishing.
England choosing to go with one target, sensible play, not trying to overcomplicate, just guaranteeing the hit, getting the rebound catch back, and good awareness there from Koenig.
Yeah.
Getting the hit on the Swedish player that came back onto the court but wasn't looking forwards. Dominant display from England so far.
Werner is looking away for just that second, and Brett, obviously, that's his time to strike. That running counter that we see is successful again.
Great work by England there. Their double running counters to finish this game. We've seen it all weekend, and still proving with good quality, getting the hits when they need them.
Despite that very close semi-final yesterday against Austria, obviously they did end up losing it. England in this game are making easy pickings of the Sweden mixed team.
As Greg said, Sweden have started this set with just 5 players on court because of the blue cards. So England with the 1-player advantage already. And a catch off of Koenig's throw. Swedish player got down low and secured it.
Doesn't bring anyone in, of course, because the maximum players they have for this set is only 5 due to that blue card.
Good play from Alex Harrison there. The post throw just as the Swedish player released, giving the player no chance to be able to dodge out of the way.
Harrison, the power behind that arm, just making sure that Vilkhouten drops the ball. Ackner also hit out, well, not hit out, but a line infringement called by centre ref. McAdam now the sole player left. 4 balls and a single to Harrison. Another single to Harrison. England now with 3. Will be looking for a standing counter. He does.
McAdam with that unusual technique, just a bit more of a whip. Always had that throwing style, making it very unpredictable to try and catch. But Harrison gets the hit on his former teammate.
Yeah. McAdam wants that catch. You can see it in his eyes as the single ball comes from Harrison. He dives across court to try and take that catch. McAdam now off for a little rest and maybe a little winded from that throw.
England taking a convincing 11-1 lead in this first half with just over 3 minutes remaining.
The Swedish left runners, every time they're turning that back, and Josiah's eyes light up time and time again, and Hems with a catch, a great catch at that, backs herself every time for that single ball.
You cannot throw at Lauren Hems with a single ball unless it was extremely accurate and maybe just catching her on the end of just one of her small toes there, but at that height, Lauren Hems will catch that all day. And Harrison gets a catch in the middle as well. Sweden now down to one player. Just 40 seconds played in this set so far.
Josiah with a fake. England make the reset. They've got 4 balls this time, not 5. Tries to... called out for that as well. Slight hit.
Time called. England saying the ball was blocked, but the referee saying it hit above the wrist, which means the player is out. If it had hit the player's hand in that position, the hand, when blocking, becomes part of the ball.
Especially in EDBF rules, anyway.
Yes.
The set timer ticking down, same as the first half 15-minute clock. Sweden up in this set.
The ball just ricocheting off Harrison's block ball there onto Josiah, meaning Sweden get the double hit.
And 4 balls now for Sweden. They have to punish England in this sense. Josiah will look for that single ball, and the first ball comes in.
Catch made by Meg White there, meaning bringing Brett Koenig back onto the court. Good throwing accuracy from Sweden, but just a ricochet off of Josiah's leg, meaning it gives the opportunity for Meg White to secure that catch.
The time pause for just a second, just to make sure that who does throw that ball is then caught out. They believe the first ball that comes across number 10 from Sweden. Crack boom.
A really difficult thing there for the referee to know which player hit there, but it's important they get that decision right. England's come up with 3 as play resumes.
And Sarovic hit on the delayed. Abby Gower, great throw from her.
Abby showing some real confidence there of her throwing. Just allowed the Swedish player to be dropping from their dodge and just hitting them on their toe. Great accuracy.
Koenig very lucky there that that ball that he has thrown up has somewhat come straight back into his hands to place down, otherwise he'll be carded. And a bounce there just before Gower. 2v2 now, and that's why the women in the mixed are always so important.
And a good double running counter there from England. Get the blocks away and then charge up the court with their accuracy. Timing maybe not as good as they would have wanted. Maybe give the Swedish player an opportunity to take the catch first there, but the power just meant it fell out of the hands. And England take the win there with 2 players to 1 left on court. Sweden had an opportunity there to close out that set, but smart play by England, not panicking, doing the basics really well, and their throwing actually getting the hits when needed.
Yeah, a good first half from England. Like we said, the start of that game was very, very close. That first set, both teams taking 1 set point. Unfortunately, from there, Sweden's heads might not have been in the game as much as they'd liked. England currently up 15-1. So second half just about to get underway. Both teams line up. So 15-1 at the half. England now looking to take a bigger lead going into this second half. Sweden have to make that comeback. They have to play aggressive. They're not quite doing the small things right. It's that micromanagement they're after.
Looks like the English coach is just maybe checking a rule, or there's a slight delay at the start of this second half. Unsure why we've got that delay, but the refs are happy with whatever the situation is on court, and the teams have been asked to line up. England taking that convincing 15-1 lead at the start of this second half.
One sub for the England side, make that two. Pickering and Britnell Craven join the lineup. Werner not quite sure. The block, the bounce he scored before.
Werner stays on the court. She'll be happy with that.
Oh, and that is some quality reactions from Meg White there. On the turn away from the block ball from Josiah, she's just got her hands around it.
Meg White showing she's still aware. And a catch made by the Swedish number 10, but then hit with the follow-up throw.
That's a great catch there. Tracks that single ball first of all. I think maybe a small discussion on the ball retriever fault there. So it looks like all balls should be given away here. Ball retriever fault. Definitely something Sweden didn't want when they're only one player down.
Don't think we've seen too many ball retriever faults so far this weekend, but maybe just a bit of tiredness creeping there. It's the second one we've seen in the successive games. The ball retrievers are definitely the unsung heroes of these teams, putting in hundreds of yards a match to get the balls as quick as they can back on court. The teams that are able to keep possession and get the balls back on court normally have the more opportunities to throw. So definitely a key part of the game, and more teams are thinking about just not giving it to anyone, getting key ball retrievers to do the work.
So a 2v4 now, and that's a double hit out. That's some great accuracy from that left side from England. White and Pickering delivered great two-ball attack.
England later on in the day have got 2 gold medal matches for both their men and women's teams, so will be looking to use this to get their eyes in as well, with both squads utilising this mixed game as well. So all the players are playing in both categories. And Zarevic getting the block away there.
Yeah, great block there. Tries to place the running counter, but Josiah's already been given that second ball. Definitely something you don't want to face, and that is a great shot. Close to the catch, but doesn't quite get his hands around it. Millimetres away from securing that.
We've seen all game England's double running counter from the defensive position has been incredible. Zarevic did really well to block that first one, but just proving too difficult.
Another substitution now. Josiah subbed out for Ward. And the Sweden second ball, the third ball just off court over the net and will have to be retrieved.
That good oppressive pressure from Ward coming on that ring. He offers England something different, a little bit more aggression when he steps onto the court. But a great catch there from Ward's throw. Adler really happy with that catch.
Yeah, Adler steps in front of Sarafic almost as a sacrificial play, but takes the catch from Ward. That's no easy catch. Maybe some men take a bit of power off, feeling that they shouldn't actually injure the ladies. We've seen a couple of injuries over the years. Probably the most sensational one, I guess, or the more famous one, that Pete Watt throw that takes out the Slovenian lady.
And the catch there from Alex Harrison, and gets 2 blocks away as well, and charges up the court and gets the hit.
Yeah.
Good intuitive play there from Alex Harrison, meaning there's just 2 players left on court from both sides.
Actually a 2 hit there. The ball doesn't bounce between that, so Sarafic is taken out. Adler last in, throws towards Harrison. Harrison drops.
And Sweden take the 2 points from that set.
Yeah, a great catch there, just as she's tracking back off court. She does line fault, but the catch is secure before that. A very good end to that set for Sweden.
Sweden clawing the score back to just 7 set difference.
Somewhat impossible. Somewhat impossible from some teams. You never know what's going to happen. 9 minutes 50 now on the clock. 14 points to make up. A great double hit there. Takes out Sarafic, that agile winger that we've seen so aggressive from time to time.
Heavy hit there on the Swedes. And Sweden just down to 2 players now as this set plays out with just 1 minute gone. But Britnell Craven there getting the hit from Werner, who was high up on court. Finn will be happy with that.
Yeah, Vic Elton now, last player in. Double running counter, Gower. And Pickering successful yet again. Just getting their eye in. They'll be playing later on in that women's final against Austria.
So Sweden are lining up with 5 players on court as a player got a blue card on the bench. It's the same that if a coach gets a blue card, again, the team on the court is punished for that.
Ward taken out with that rebound catch that pops across. Unlucky there. Harrison now been subbed off as Nathan David heads onto court. And a big arm from Britnell Craven there, takes out Vic Houghton, sends her all the way back over the back line.
And David with that whip throw, extremely accurate
Time
over the
out.
weekend, and timeout calls. It looks like
Maybe a
Swedish player
dislocation. They're just trying to pop it back into place. That isn't always the nicest thing to see. Lovely.
There is medical support this weekend. They've been well used, and we don't like to see any injuries, but sometimes the players do pick up finger injuries, probably being one of the main ones, just because the balls are being thrown so fast these days.
That larger neutral zone definitely plays a small factor to that.
Definitely.
It's something that will probably be reviewed. It always gets reviewed year after year.
I think with all sports there's common injuries. It's just whether anything can be done to maybe minimise that risk, to make sure we're not getting players out through not bad play or anything like that, just through simple injuries that might be able to be avoided. The game is going to resume.
Yeah, what will happen with that is that player with the injury will head to the substitution box. A substituted player will then head into the out box in their position or at the back of the line in the out box.
England with a 2-player advantage as this set resumes.
2-ball attack, and this time caught by Werner.
Great catch by Werner there. She's known for her close catching ability and just proving it once again there.
A single ball from Gower, the ball blocked up. Darcy hit out on that. So what was an even play has now turned in Sweden's favour. It's a 4v2. The ball blocked up again. Sweden get the lucky play and the leap of faith from Sarafic that we've seen plenty of times in this tournament. Sweden on the quick rush. Sweden on that quick rush. Sweden on that quick rush to set the play up, but maybe a little too late in this game.
Darcy with a big dodge at the back. Britnell Craven being hit high up the court there again.
Josiah now back onto court, but a good catch.
Gower being really strong with her throwing ability in this game, but they're proving she's just as deadly to catch the balls as well. Great play by Abby Gower.
Yeah, Torkelson close to that catch. He gets low and gets his body behind it, but can't quite find the final reach to secure it. No hit this time around. Tellström close to the second ball from Nathan David, but no successful hit from England.
And Darcy just being hit out there with a single ball, colliding with Britnell Craven, but manages to stay on the court.
And a hit there.
The referee's called that a bounce on Werner.
Yeah, Tellström is taken out in that process. Very close to both on that left side. The single ball, standing counter.
The blocking ball, or the holding ball for England being held in the middle there, meaning that peripheral vision is being tested from the wide throw with the player looking straight in front of them. And the double running counter just sails over the head of the Swedish player. Vic Hulton will be happy with that.
A
She's
1v5.
4 balls on her side of the court. And England managing to block one of those balls back over, meaning she's got to throw once again. Holding a ball, meaning she's not going to get as much power behind that throw.
And just waiting for the delay there.
Another great dodge.
Yeah, great dodge there. Just waits for the delay. Dodges under one and the second. Not quite tracked by Josiah. 4 balls again. 1v4 this time.
England trying to block that ball back over, but do collect it for 2 balls. Probably their strongest defensive position. And this time not giving Vic Hulton that chance to catch with a fast and accurate double running counter.
Plenty of power behind those throws. And a timeout is called. England 19-7 up, but a timeout yet again is called. Maybe too far to reach from Sweden.
But they'll want to try and get as many points on the board before this match is over. The Swedes have been improving so much, especially from the mixed team, bearing in mind their last position in 2019 was 10th place, and they're now 4th, so that's a huge jump from their previous point.
Huge improvement. And Sweden, like you said earlier on before the game, they're always looking to improve. It's sort of one of those things that a long time ago they were used as sort of that spectacular. They were called the Spectaculars.
Sweden Spectaculars.
And they were acrobatic. They like to do dangerous things. They like to change the game up. This time around, you know, they've started to maybe think that, hold up, we can be quite a successful team. We've brought in all these new players. Let's actually try and reach as far as we can. And this time around, like you said, they might have lost this game already, but 6th place increase from 2019 is huge from Sweden.
Definitely the hard work of the coaching staff off the court, paying off on the court, and Sweden are only going to get better. And a couple more substitutions there from Sweden.
Sweden will want to end on a high in this game. 3 minutes 38 still left on the clock.
The score just being adjusted by the referees there, with England actually taking a 21-5 lead into the final few minutes of this match.
If Sweden didn't think it was impossible, it's definitely impossible now. 16 points separate them from that 3rd place, and a great throw. Take out Darcy from that right side. Can't quite get the full block behind it, but she's had a great tournament for her debut, John.
Yeah, she really has. Playing with lots of confidence, and great to see the new players making an impact.
Always a lot of pressure, especially from maybe the 29 finish that England had. Definitely a great mental start before their finals later on. Like we've said, the women will be facing Austria in that women's. Their men's will be facing Northern Ireland.
With this victory, England will be continuing their incredible record at these European Championships, having never not medalled in any category. They would have been disappointed not to be in the final stage to have a chance at the Triple Crown, but still showing their experience, claiming this bronze medal match confidently.
And a single ball. Comes in from Tellstrom, that right side, just taken out Abby Gower. Matthew Josiah called out there. So Sweden now up 5 players to 2. They'll want to close this set out. A single ball from Nathan David. England will happily play this time down. They've got nothing to fight for now in this game. The ball goes high from Sarafic. The score from the group game, John, was?
It was 23-7 to England, so a very similar score in this bronze medal match as well. Sweden are looking to equal the 7 points scored in the group stages.
If not better that. So 30 seconds now, a single ball from David. A single ball from Sarafic. And Nathan David drops the ball that he normally take in the neutral zone.
Sweden happy with that, and a timeout called by their coaches as they head into a 90-second set. What have Sweden got planned here? Are they going to show us something spectacular from their previous playbook? Who knows? I'm excited to see what they're going to do.
Well, me too. It's 21-7. England have taken that bronze medal, and they'll be happy with that. Sweden now just want to better their group game score. Like we said, 23-7.
in past tournaments, we've seen some spectacular plays from the start from the Swedes.
The most famous one, the drop down.
We've seen the drop down, we've seen the stool where they've used other players to jump off their backs with the leap of faith. I'd love to see that again.
Yeah, a real classic from the Sweden spectacular playbook.
Or actually my favourite from the legendary Max Bates in the 2010 European Championships, where against England he dodged the balls by splitting down. So he did the splits. The England players actually lost that set because they were so shocked that a player used the dodging technique of splits.
And Sweden get that starting ball. Nothing from it this time around.
We picked up that start there, Greg.
Yeah, we did.
We'll have a word with the Swedish coach at the end of the match, I think, showing the new tactical play of Sweden there.
Exactly, it's something that we haven't always seen from Sweden.
But just showing the seriousness of what they're trying to do.
And a good hit out from Sarafic. They've got to take that ball in now. And Nathan David plays for the tombstone.
He gets the hit, but as he goes back looking for that catch, the Swedish player smartly hits him on the sides. And 2 single ball hits there from England, and Darcy gets the block away.
Yeah, good block from her. Sarafic, the last alive now. The underarm sling, short of Josiah.
Just a few seconds left in this final set. And Sarafic avoids, goes for the leap of faith. Hits Gower, and Josiah gets the final hit.
So close to the catch, that could have changed the last set around. But a great leap of faith.
And England take this bronze medal match, claiming another bronze to their successful
And we see
campaign.
the pull down that is done time and time again from the Swedish team, equaling that group game score, John.
Correct there. Sweden will be happy with that. And there we see the celebrations from both teams there. Nice to see good sportsmanships from both teams. And what a great match for the bronze medal. Sweden will be really happy with their overall performance. As we said earlier, their previous finish in this tournament in the 2019 mixed category was 10th, now taking 4th. A huge leap from the Swedes, showing that the hard work off the court, training has paid off. But England, very professional with their tactics, will be extremely happy taking home the 3rd place medal.
So we'll try and get an England player or coach. But yet again, a great result for England. They were very close in that semi-final yesterday against Austria. This time, they take the bronze. So, thank you very much. A great game there. We saw England take the win 23-7. How do you think you both played and the team as a whole?
I think everyone played really well, to be fair. We obviously had a tough kind of game yesterday. Everyone's kind of come back, worked really hard. The throwing actually was on point. Our dodging was on point. We've been really happy with how we've kind of put in a great performance today.
I think one of our main things is our girls have performed in every single match, and that's massive for us as a team, because if the men are going out, we'll just clean up, and so that's been, I think, one of our biggest strengths in this tournament.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. The women have been so clinical in the mixed. Obviously, a big game to look forward to. It's the same final that we've seen pretty much since 2015, 2016. England against Austria. What will you want to take from that game that you've just played into that final?
I think the control that our women show, I think the control, the composure, and actually patience, because sometimes we don't need to force stuff, we need to let the game go and see what's going on.
Yeah, England men also playing in the final later on against NI. Anything to take from that game, Matthew, Josiah?
I think I've been saying it to the boys over and over again, do the basics outstandingly well at a high intensity, and we have got the capability to beat anyone in the world if we do that correctly.
Well, congratulations on the bronze, and we look forward to seeing you both later on. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Greg. See you later.
So, if you want to hang around on this court, we have the next third place in the men's. That will be Scotland men's against Austria men's in that third place playoff. If you want to hang right where you are, you'll be auto-played into that game. If not, head back to the Dodgeball Netherlands YouTube page, subscribe while you're there, and click that next game. So thank you very much, and we'll see you soon.